Located in the city of Yucaipa sits Green Valley High School, a model continuation high school. There, several students guided guests from the community through a powerful exhibit.
Our exhibit is about Anne Frank and her story. She had a diary for her 13th birthday, and through her diary, we get to learn from her perspective what it was like hiding during the Holocaust.
It's mostly about just showing people that what happened back then should never happen again.
Anne Frank, A History for Today is a traveling exhibit presented by Anne Frank LA, and through a partnership with the Freedom Writers Foundation, the exhibit found its way to Green Valley High School.
Once we met the Freedom Writers, it was just such a beautiful relationship. We connected immediately. They do what we do, they know it, they love it, all of that. So it's just been fantastic working with them. We're trying to show students that they have a voice and that they have a way to share it with the world in their own journals. And so reading Anne Frank's journal really kind of brought that to light, wow, we could do this. And it connects back with the Freedom Writers because they wrote their own journal and they got it published and Anne's got published. So the students are really seeing the value in that writing and the power of their own story.
It's awesome to watch them bloom, and become more confident in school and confident in the knowledge that they have, we keep telling them, you guys are experts on this. You went through the training, just share what you know.
The students who guided the tours helped put up the exhibit and were trained as docents to share the story of Anne Frank and the events of the Holocaust to the guests that attended.
So I'm one of the docents, and it's a lot of fun putting it together and also just being able to take people through it and share her story. It's really fun.
We did a 2-day training, so we worked with some of the members of the foundation and got us all ready to do it.
Before the training, we went to the Museum of Tolerance, but even before the Museum of Tolerance, I still knew a little bit, but I definitely know a lot more now.
Especially the students that are the docents, they've really understood that Anne was just a girl. She was just like them. And I think that is powerful.
She reminds me of me in a way when I was younger. She was super talkative as a kid and all that stuff, and being put into hiding, and she probably felt a lot of emotions during that because she wasn't able to really be herself anymore.
What inspired me about her is how she was able to stand strong and still continue through with life for what time she had and hold herself up to be the person she needed to be.
For me, it was the fact that she never lost hope. Even towards the end, that was the one thing that she clung on to was her hope. And for me, I feel like hope is such a powerful thing, and I really loved that about her. I think especially now, because there's so much diversity, especially in the United States, that it's really important that we learn to care for one another and to accept each other even with our differences.
There's a lot of hateful people in this world, and I don't even know the half of it, but I've witnessed it, so I know that it's definitely still there. And it shouldn't be, but it's reality.
Everybody has their own life. Everybody has their own dreams, their own passions, and that it's unnatural if you take that away.
I feel like society is making steps towards making it better.
After we went to the Museum of Tolerance, we asked the kids to write, and Ms. Bailey and I chose one that we thought was exceptional, and we submitted it to our local newspaper and they published it. So he got a byline, so he's a published author. And one of the things that he wrote in response to that was, everybody's always told me I was a bad writer until now. And I really want the kids to walk away with that. And it's not just Hector, it's all of them. They're all good writers. They all have a story to tell. They all have a voice that's important to what's going on in the world, to what's going on at their, in their community, in their life. And that's what we want them to know going forward. No matter where life takes you, your voice is important.
Jessica said it perfectly.
Once guests left for the evening, the student docents were celebrated by the Freedom Writers Foundation and Anne Frank LA. They were given awards, shared some of what the program meant to them, and a special cheers was given to recognize these scholar students who are going to change the world, one word at a time.